Hi everyone, I'm Chris Rogers. Today we want to try something a little bit different. This is a new experiment for me. This is called Doodlecast. It's really like for a Khan Academy style way to create an instructional video. I found it on the App Store. I need to create a video this weekend as my original popcorn video crashed. So I'm going to try to run through these slides and sort of talk about my Digilit's final project, which was on the National Writing Project's Connected Learning Inquiry Group. Okay, so there's a little pause in between each, and I'm going to record as I go along. Okay, so our focus group focused on connected learning. As seen in this diagram right here, connected learning. Another cool thing you can do in here is connected learning focuses on the corner of interest, peer culture, and academics. So it's all about finding that center spot right there. So that's what connected learning is all about. It's a great report that's out for free online that you can read more about it. Alright, so this was our main website. It was on the National Writing Project's Connect web forum, which they use for a lot more conversation than the connected learning. But we created sort of an extension group on the website that sort of allowed us to kind of talk about and be familiar with what's going on. We had an agenda. The group was ran by Joel Malley and Jennifer Wolf, and two writing project teachers. And this is during the school year as well. So one of the main things about the Connected Learning Inquiry Group is that we didn't really stay on one website too long. It was all about exploring, as Joel Malley talks about it, going into the wild to find examples of connected learning. So this sort of diagram kind of talks about the different links and everything that were just around. One of the big things was the webcast. Paul Allison, who is a writing project teacher in New York, runs a website called Teachers. Ooh, let me see if I can get this done. Teachers Teaching Teachers. Which had a number of webcasts for us to attend that kind of talked about connected learning. Another kind of websites, there were TED Talks that we watched from different teachers. One would be Stephen Ritz. There's the National Writing Project's Digital Is, which is all about digital tools in the classroom. And then there's the Connected Learning TV site, which is the main hub on which the report was released, which also tries to bring a lot of case studies and conversations around connected learning. So add all those to the Teachers Teaching Teachers website, and it was a number of spaces for us to choose. And one of the most interesting things for me is school was still in session. The National Writing Project's Inquiry Group was ran by teachers, and reached out to teachers to become a part of the group. And this is during the school year, where there are so many things competing for teachers' time. And as we talk more about it, this will come up as well, just following the inquiry. Is it possible when you have so many things going on to kind of stay in touch? Because you do have to teach every day. So, as kind of going on with that, the inquiry group, it was behind a login password. You had to know your login, know your password, log on to the site to be able to share, which is different. I think Twitter, which is most people are already logged into already, becomes a more popular space to share things because you don't have to log in and find your new password and go to this other website, when Twitter is sort of like an open space where most teachers who are part of the inquiry group are already on and kind of share things through there. So as we were going through the inquiry group, sort of web traffic was headed on its way down. We started with introductions, where there was a lot of people, a lot of comments, a lot of People just saying, well, this is my context, this is where I come from, this is where I work. And now we're at a point where it's few people other than the moderators who post things. There's still like a all right number of viewers, but as far as conversation, it doesn't seem to be that much going on the site. So it really begs the question: has the inquiry left us, or have we just lost it? And when I say lost, I mean it as it's going in so many different directions that we can't all seem to come together around this one Connect website. And sort of like my avenue to kind of talk about what emerged in the inquiry group is Jenkins, I should say 2006, let's say 2006, not 2009, points out that three things that are inherent in participatory culture that are endemic to the National Writing Project's Connected Learning Inquiry Group. Endemic, I don't know if I should have used that word. I found I can get a better word. But, yeah, let's talk about these three things. One of these things is transmedia navigation. Transmedia navigation is the ability to follow the flow of stories across modalities. So we traditionally have like reading PDFs. Reading blogs, PDFs, other different things was included. Another way is watching. There were a lot of videos, a lot of like Google Hangouts and webcasts that for us to watch and sort of listen to. And lastly, there was also a number of physical spaces to begin discussing these ideas. And so one of the questions around that is like, what did we lose anyone across modalities? Was it somebody that prefers to be a reader, but we were doing way more watching at the time or webcasts, and they are more reading because they can do that on their own time. 'Cause, I mean, when you think about it, school is in session, teachers have to plan. There's a lot of different things going on. So did we drop anyone across modalities, which really led to like the loss of web traffic? Negotiation. So Jenkins talks about negotiation as the ability to travel across communities and identify multiple perspectives and different norms. So in our inquiry group, we could talk about the lurker. The lurker identifies someone who is more adept at like viewing rather than commenting. The non-techie describes someone who's very hesitant around the digital, or just doesn't feel sort of like comfortable in those spaces. And then there's the blogger, someone who's always sort of very motivated or very out there as far as like digital spaces. I would consider myself one sort of like one of these blogger types. So was there a space for everyone in our conversation around connected learning, or did we sort of hover towards one ideal and sort of drop people along the way? Lastly, we could talk about networking. Networking describes the sort of like the ability to search for, synthesize, and disseminate information. So we talk about the many different sites that we go. So one might be teachers teaching teachers. One might be Digital Is. One might be the Connected Learning website. One might be connectedlearning.tv. One might be TED Talks. Like how these things sort of interconnect in different ways to sort of add to the conversation. And kind of going around the question of that is, does everybody sort of have the space and the access and know how to share in all these different spaces, which all come with their own ways of participating and their own different norms. So like logins and passwords and things that you need, and also knowing how to like comment in different spaces, things like that. Did we lose anybody across that conversation? So most important to like, sort of like the exploration of the Connected Learning Inquiry Group was to find out that you can't really box in online communities into one website, which would be like the connect.nwp.org. It's really a circle. So if NWP is Connect in the middle, it sends you to Connected Learning, it sends you to Twitter, NWP, Teachers Teaching Teachers, as well as like other in-between spaces that may not get talked about here. But all these things sort of work together to create an online community rather than just one website as some might think of it. So that is my talk around the Connected Learning Inquiry Group. I'm giving you the hashtag here of Connected Learning. For more info, please contact me at edinterwebs. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good day.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.